Hey, Sammy, are you there? How have you been? I just wanted to let you know that I'm back from that long business trip that I was on.
Oh, wow, Aunt Tracy! It's been forever since I've heard from you. I was already doing okay, but now I'm doing much better knowing that you're back in town. This is so exciting. I'm so happy that you're back.
Well, I am very happy to be back, but since it's been so long since I went away, you and I should find some time to meet and catch up. I know that I just missed your birthday, so why don't you pick a place to go out to, and it will be my treat.
Really? You mean it? Okay, thank you so much. I'll be thinking of something that we both like and then let you know when I've made up my mind. I have so much to tell you. Lately, I've been really getting into hip-hop dance, and I've actually gotten pretty good, if I do say so myself. Maybe I can even show you some of my moves when you come over?
Well, that certainly does give me ideas for what presents I could get you, that's for sure.
You mean it? You're the best aunt ever. Thank you so much.
Of course, anything for my favorite niece. Maybe I can just take you to the shopping mall after our meal together?
But I'm your only niece, and I would really like that.
Speaking of that, what has that brother of mine been up to lately? Has he been doing well?
You want to know about Dad? Dad is good. He and Mom are talking about something right now. I don't really know what. So I'm just in my room playing by myself is all.
Oh, well, I hope it's not a serious talk. Is everything okay at home?
Well, I said they were talking, but really it's just Mom telling him that he needs to get his life together.
I see. Well, I'm very sorry that you're having to hear all of that at home, Sammy.
Yeah, I mean, Mom is really mad. I have my headphones in, but I can still hear her. Still, at least they're not both yelling at each other like they were before.
Sammy, are you okay? You're not feeling sad or hurt or lonely when they get like this, are you?
No, I'm totally fine. Thanks for asking. I know that adults have a lot of problems and aren't very good at talking about them.
Well, that's a very wise thing for you to notice at only 10 years old.
I guess. I just read a lot of books, and it seems like adults never know how to talk in a way that actually gets their ideas across. But I don't think it's just grown-ups. Maybe it's something to do with having a boyfriend or girlfriend. I've heard friends as older siblings talking about this kind of stuff before, too.
Well, I think that you're on the right track to grow up into a mature, smart young lady. But do you think that your mom and dad have been getting into fights even more than usual?
Maybe? I guess. I don't know. This time Mom is really mad, but sometimes it's Dad who gets really mad and Mom who gets yelled at. Oh, yeah! I almost forgot to tell you, Aunt Tracy. Last week I baked a cake all by myself. It turned out really good.
Well, that's amazing. I'm so happy that you were able to do that. Maybe one day you and I can do some baking together.
I would love that. We could find a really fancy recipe and spend all day just you and I.
I would really like that, Sammy. But don't you ever do any cooking with your parents? I know that your dad is a good cook.
Yeah, I guess, but lately whenever it's Dad's turn to cook, he just always has some food delivered to the house. Don't you think that's kind of like cheating when it's your turn?
Well then, I guess your family's lucky that they have another good cook. You. There to actually make them something good, right?
Yeah, I think my dad just doesn't really like having to cook at all, really.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if you really could handle making a whole meal by yourself. You'd really just have to be extra careful around the fire and knives, but I'm sure you'd do well.
Yeah, I know how to cut. You have to make your hand into a little kitty paw while you do it. That's what I learned. But my parents said that I can't use the stove or knives while I'm home alone.
Well, I think I kind of have to agree with your parents on that one. It's good to be safe. But anyways, I'll tell your mom about our little lunch date and try to schedule it for this weekend.
Great! I can't wait. I'll see you then, Aunt Tracy.
Hey, George, do you have a minute to talk? Because I am really getting sick of this.
Oh, hey, sis. Sorry. What is it that you're talking about?
I am talking about all the things that your wife told me, like about how you never ever help her keep the house clean. And even Sammy was telling me that you're always getting out of cooking when it's your turn.
Oh my gosh, are you really coming after me for that?
I'm just doing things my way. It's not like anyone's getting hurt. And don't even get me started on my wife. She's crazy. I think she might be going through menopause or something like that.
George, don't you think that maybe you're forgetting yourself just a little? I mean, your wife is the one making all the money between the two of you, right? So aren't you basically living off of her salary?
What is that supposed to mean? I have a job. I earn money.
Yes, you do work and you do earn money, but you can't exactly say that you really put that money back towards your family. And now it seems like you're leaving your wife all alone to take care of everything by herself. Aren't you worried that she's going to leave you if you keep acting this way? Is that what you want to happen?
Of course not. But I'm just working really hard on other projects. I have a lot going on, that's all.
And you don't think your wife does either? The least you could do is help her out, right? Instead of wait for her to get home before anything gets done around the house.
Well, I'm sorry, but I just don't have the time for that. I'm busy all day. I'm not just some house husband.
Okay then, if you're really so busy with work, why do you still find time to go out in the afternoons?
What are you talking about? I just work from home all day. Even now, I'm still working.
Oh really? Because I actually just so happened to drive by your house and saw that the car wasn't in the driveway.
Oh, that? Well, yeah. I just stepped out to get some dinner is all.
So you're telling me that if I drive by your house again, that the car is going to be back in the driveway?
Well, I still haven't gotten back home is the thing.
There, you're lying. I knew that you were out messing around. Don't you know that Sammy is going to be back from school soon? Get back home right this instant, George!
Right. I guess I better be heading back about now then.
Honestly, if you're not going to do anything around the house, then you could at least spend some time with your daughter.
But she's already 10 years old. What would a kid that age want to play with her dad for?
What are you talking about? Of course she still wants to play with you. She's always talking about how you're never home and how you leave her alone. You need to be there for her.
I'm a father. Of course I want to be there for her.
Well, then why don't you just go back home and play with her until Lucy comes back? Because if you think she doesn't want to play with you now, then you should just wait until she starts middle school. Just try and make the most of the time that you have with her. It'll be gone before you know it.
Well, I did actually tell her that I was gonna take her somewhere for summer break.
Did you really tell her that?
Of course I did. You think I'm lying? And just why am I having these conversations with you anyways? You're not Mom. You don't get to talk to me like this.
I'm not trying to be Mom, but you're my brother and I want to make sure you're doing okay. But if you must know, even Mom and Dad are nervous for you, but Lucy is a good, sweet woman and you need to treat her right.
You think she's sweet? Shows what you know. She's not like that at all.
Yes, I know there are times when she gets angry at you, but have you tried listening to what she says when she gets like that? Also, here's a tip. Maybe ask Sammy if she wants to bake anything. I'm sure you'll get her to go along with you if it's that.
Right, bake. Then maybe this summer I can send her to a baking class.
You want to send her to baking class for the summer? George, don't you think it would be better to do this while her interest is there? Why put it off till then when that's what she wants to do now?
Also, could you maybe not tell Mom and Dad about how mad Lucy gets at me?
If you really don't want me to, then you need to straighten up, because she is your wife and you two have a kid together. You can't keep living like this. Hey, Sammy, were you calling me just now? Sorry, I was in a meeting and I couldn't pick up. Are you okay? What's the matter?
Aunt Tracy, you have to come here and help me right now. I'm lost and I'm scared.
What are you talking about? What happened? Where are you?
Please, I'm almost out of the water and I don't know the way home.
You don't know the way home? Sammy, please tell me where you are right now.
I'm in the mountains and it's really dark and scary.
You're up in the mountains? What in the world are you doing up there?
Well, Dad said that he wanted to take me camping up here.
So then your dad is there with you too? Can you put him on the phone, please?
Well, he said that he had something to do, and then Dad left me here alone.
But why would he do that? That's ridiculous. Have you tried calling your mom?
No, you can't tell my mom about this. Dad said that she would get really mad if she found out. Dad told me he would be back tonight to pick me up and to wait here, but he said that I wasn't allowed to tell Mom. So please don't tell her about this.
Sammy, you poor girl. You've already been through so much.
Please, Aunt Tracy, you can't tell Mom, or else Dad said that means I won't be allowed to see you ever again.
Okay, well, first, let's concentrate on getting you out of there. Do you have the Maps app on your phone?
Yeah, I have that one.
Okay, I'm going to tell you how to send me your location, and then I'm going to go and pick you up. Can you wait there for me?
I'm so sorry to make you do this for me, Aunt Tracy.
No, Sammy, if anyone should be sorry here, it's me.
What do you mean? Why should you be sorry?
Because, well, let's just talk about this later. First, let me tell you how to send those directions to me.
Hey Tracy, are you there? I'm really sorry, but there's something I gotta talk to you about.
What is it? What do you want now?
Please don't get mad at me, but I need to ask you something important. The thing is, I took Sammy out to go camping and, well, I just came back and she's not here, and she's not picking up her phone either. I still haven't told Lucy about this, but it's bad, right? Do you think I should call the cops?
Do you even realize what a moron you are?
You think I don't know I'm stupid? But now I really don't know what to do at all. Do you think you could just meet me here and help me look around for her?
Well, when did she go missing? Do you know that?
Not really, no.
And why don't you know something like that?
Well, the thing is, I fell asleep and then I woke up. She was just gone. But I only dozed off for maybe about 30 minutes at most.
You really are just horrible. You know that, right?
Tracy, please. You don't have the time for this. We have to worry about finding Sammy first. Could you just help me with this and nag at me later?
If you must know, Sammy is already back with her mom.
Wait,
Sammy's back with Lucy?
Do you have any idea just how hot it was today? There were stories of heat stroke all over the news. And you just abandoned your daughter on top of a mountain for hours in that heat? Sammy had to be taken to the ER. By the time I reached her, she was drenched in sweat and delirious.
wait, I don't understand.
Of course you don't. You don't realize what you've done. What did you expect to happen from leaving a little girl alone like that? And to think that you only left her with one of those mini plastic water bottles, too. No wonder she was so dehydrated.
But then, does that mean Lucy knows all about this?
You were really more worried about your wife finding out than your child getting heat stroke?
No, of course not. How's Sammy? Is she okay?
She was fine after I took her to the ER and they gave her some fluids, but they want to keep her there overnight. And Lucy is there with her.
I see. I had no idea that any of this had happened.
Well, here's something else. Lucy wants a divorce.
Hold on a second. She can't be serious, right? Just over this? Besides, I only had to leave because I had a last-minute meeting with an important client. I just had to make sure we met that day.
Well, I heard from Sammy that you disappeared sometime in the afternoon, and you never came back. What dragged out the meeting?
Right, well, I tried to get out of it, of course. But the guy just wanted to keep talking and talking.
And you think that's an excuse for what you've done? Even if you did actually intend to camp with Sammy, why didn't you call out of work? And even if you couldn't, then why couldn't you have dropped Sammy off at home before going to your meeting?
Well, I really did think that I was going to come right back.
You're a liar. I've had enough of you. You've just been making up excuse after excuse to try and dodge any blame for this.
No, I really do think that what I did was wrong. I'm not lying about that.
Well, Lucy already knows about the affair as well.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
You really are stupid. Do you know that? How can you even live with yourself? You left Sammy all alone in the mountains just so that you could see this other woman of yours. All that business meeting nonsense was just a flimsy alibi you thought people would actually fall for. And that's why you told Sammy not to tell anyone, especially her mom, about you leaving her. You even threatened her by using me?
But do you even have any proof of this so-called affair? How can you just believe whatever Lucy tells you like that?
Because Lucy hired a PI to follow you and they have all the proof they need to prove it's true.
Oh no, this is bad.
Well, don't try apologizing all at once. Not that it will do you any good. You're still going to get divorced. Lucy wants your things out of the house by the end of the week, and she never wants to see you again.
But I didn't mean for it to go like this. I thought we could have made this work. How did it come to this?
That's a conversation that you should have had with your wife a long time ago. But more than your mental problems, I can't believe you would do that to your own daughter.
Please, I don't want to get divorced. This isn't fair.
What isn't fair is how you left Sammy like that and threatened her not to tell anyone what you had done. You told her that her mom would get mad, that she'd never see me again, and then you just left her. All so that you could leave to go cheat on your wife. You're terrible.
You're right. I never should have been doing any of that.
And that's to say nothing of the way that you've been treating Lucy up till now. I want you to know that you and I are no longer family, George.
Please, she can't do this to me. My business is going to take off any day now. They're at the ER, you said? I'll go and talk to them about this right now.
Do you know how many ERs there are in this city? But I'm not going to tell you where they are.
Please, Tracy, you have to do this for me. This is my life we're talking about. I'm gonna lose everything.
I don't want to hear it from you. We are not family anymore, remember? After that, George and Lucy got a divorce. Of course, George cried the whole way through it, but when he realized that he had no one backing him up, he quieted down and agreed to it. He was forced to pay Lucy a huge amount of money in the divorce settlement for his affair and endangerment of their child. Then he was made to pay child support after that. George was left penniless and forced to move into a shoebox apartment, working multiple jobs to pay back for all that he's done. And strangely enough, he's a much better father now than he ever was before.
Hey, Sophia, how's it going? I just wanted to let you know that we got those really lovely oranges that you sent us. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be having them with Deb. I was just thinking of making some fresh squeezed juice for breakfast tomorrow. So anyways, I just wanted to thank you for always thinking of us.
Oh, Christopher, what a lovely message to get from you. Thank you so much for letting me know that they got there. I hope I didn't send too many for you and Deb. I wasn't so sure how much would have been good to send.
No, it's perfect, and straight from Florida, too. We really are excited to enjoy them, and it's actually perfect because we were just talking about trying to eat less desserts, so this will be a good replacement.
Well, I'm happy to have sent them to you, and I hope that you enjoy them. By the way, how is Deb doing? I sent her a message that I had shipped the oranges, but I never got a reply, and I was just a bit worried.
Oh, Deb is just fine, but she's been taking naps during the day, so that's probably what it was. I'm sure that she forgot to respond to you, that's all. She just has really bad memory, if you ask me. We are getting old, though, so I'm sorry if that worried you at all.
It's not a problem at all. I'm just glad to hear that everyone is doing okay. Sorry to be nosy.
Honestly, sometimes I think my wife could learn a thing or two from you, you know? Lately, she's been making up a bunch of excuses about being too sick to do anything around the house. It's actually kind of starting to bug me.
Well, it might not be an excuse, you know? I mean, given how hot it's been lately. I can't judge anyone for not wanting to move.
Yeah, you're right about that. But I don't think that's all that's going on here. I mean, she has been really against doing anything in the house at all.
Well, just take care of each other and make sure you're not pushing yourselves too hard, okay? I wouldn't want to hear that one of you landed in the hospital for heat stroke or something like that.
Oh, of course, I'll ask my wife what's been up with her and check that she's really as sick as she says. Oh, right, I actually wanted to ask you a quick question. There's gonna be about a week period in the summer when Deb and I are gonna be away on vacation.
Oh, really? So you two are planning on traveling somewhere?
Yeah, she says she wants to go to her hometown because there's gonna be a huge family reunion, so that's where we're gonna go.
Oh, I see. Well, that sounds like a good chance to catch up with a bunch of people you might have not seen for a long time. Anyways, thank you again so much for the kind messages, and I really am glad that you and Deb enjoyed the gift. But you would be traveling with Deb then, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. It's been a while since her and I have gotten to take a trip together, so this'll be a good chance for that. Not to mention the fact that it really has been a long time since Deb and all her relatives have gotten together.
Yeah, I remember Deb mentioning to me once that the last time they did something like this was over a decade ago. But I guess it must be tough to coordinate with so many people. So are you going to try and make any stops along the way for the two of you?
Well, there are some nice lodges and hot springs around where her hometown is. I was thinking it could be fun to try and make it out of one of those and relax her old bones.
Well, as long as you two have some time to relax by yourselves, that's what's most important. Anyways, I guess I'll tell Dave that you two are going to be away for a while in the summer.
Oh yes, okay, please pass it along to him, thank you. Alright then, I think that's it for me. It's been lovely catching up with you, and make sure you're staying cool out there. And come over sometime soon, okay? It's been too long since I've seen my grandson.
Well, he really misses both of you too. But anyways, I also have some errands that I need to go and do. All of this talk of family reunions made me realize that it's been a while since I've sent anything to my own family. Maybe I should reach out to them soon and ask how they're doing. Hi there, Christopher. I was just wondering if you wouldn't mind asking Deb to check her phone for me?
Oh, hey there, Sophia. Is something the matter? Maybe I can help you out?
Well, I know that Deb is going to be visiting her family's grave in her hometown, and I was messaging her about sending flowers from us. But anyways, she hasn't responded to me, and I would really like to talk about this if possible.
Oh, you don't need to do that. You can just send anything you want here, and we'll be sure to take it over, okay?
Are you sure about that? I was just thinking of what kind of bouquet would look nicest, but...
I think that you have a great taste. You just pick something out and send it over, so don't worry about what it is. I promise that we're not that picky.
I see. But did something happen to Deb? I'm just worried because she hasn't been responding to me at all. Did you ask her about how she was feeling? Is she really actually sick or something?
No, she's just fine. Not sick at all, really.
Well, that's good to hear at least. Because I know her dad 3 months ago, and I was just wondering about how she was handling that. And the only reason I mention that is because I feel like it was around 3 months ago that she stopped getting back to me. I just wonder if she hasn't been feeling a bit depressed since then. Obviously anyone would take their own father dying quite hard.
Yeah, she is still quite sad about it. I think that you're right about that at least, but it's already been 3 months. I really am getting a bit sick and tired of her acting like this. I think that she's dragging this out just a bit too much.
You really feel that, Christopher? I don't know. I thought you would want to be a little more patient with her.
I have been patient with her, but the fact is her dad was on his way out of here for a long, long time, and I just thought that she would have already been more ready for when he did die. You remember meeting him in the hospital, right? He had been in there for a long time before that, and we all knew it was gonna happen.
Right. Well, I just wonder if maybe there was a big difference for Deb between telling yourself to be ready for it and then actually dealing with it.
I understand this, but her dad was already in his 90s. Had a good long life and just didn't think that she would be mourning for this long.
I see. Well, I understand where you both are coming from. But anyways, I really am just trying to get a hold of her. Maybe it would just be better if I went over in person?
Oh, sorry about that. I think we're gonna be leaving for our trip soon, so I don't know how well that would work.
Well, I could always just go and visit you both after you get back from your trip. I would love to hear all about the family reunion.
Right, I see. Well, I guess if that's what you want to do, then that'd be fine.
Sorry, what do you mean if that's all I wanted to do? What else would I be doing but visiting you two?
Sorry, nothing. I just have a lot on my mind right now. And I think that Deb is also busy keeping herself entertained.
Sorry, what do you mean by that? I thought you said she was too sad to do anything around the house.
Well, she certainly isn't doing anything around the house, but ever since her dad died, she's been going out a lot more. Even now, she's not even at home right now because she's out doing something. But just don't tell her that I told you any of this, or I'll never hear the end of it from her.
I see. Well, thank you for telling me that anyways. I really do appreciate it. And I am glad that she's well enough to go out and do things. But if you could just tell her to please get back to my messages when she has a chance, I would really, really appreciate it. I mean, she isn't even picking up when Dave calls her.
I see. Well, that's also good to know. I'll let her know that you were just a bit worried and want to talk to her is all.
Please do that. Thanks so much for talking to me about this, Christopher.
Sophia, are you there? Do you have a moment to talk? I have a small favor to ask of you, if you don't mind.
Oh, Deb! It's been so long since I've heard from you. How have you been? What is this favor you want to ask about?
Well, I just wanted to let you know that I'm on the bus on the way to your house right now. I'm so sorry to ask about this so suddenly, but I'm wondering if I can't ask to live with you and Dave for a while.
Wait, what? You're coming here to stay with us? Well, do you mind if I ask what happened? Is everything okay at home?
Well, I was kicked out of the house by Christopher, if you can believe it.
You're kidding me! Why would he do that to you? Why would he kick you out of the house? Did you two get into some kind of fight or something like that?
Well, I think it was a bit more than a fight, if I'm being honest. But my husband was keeping me locked up in the shed for a long, long time. He was upset at me for not sharing part of the inheritance I received when my dad died. He told me he wasn't going to let me out until I gave him some money. But I also knew that you were going to be coming over today, and I was just so embarrassed. I finally gave in and told Christopher the information he would need to get into my bank account. Then he finally let me out of the shed, but I was just so scared that he would try something again, so instead of waiting for you to arrive, I ran away.
Deb, is all this really true? I mean, you mean to tell me that that's why I couldn't get in touch with you this whole time?
Yes, that's why. I saw that you had been trying to get in contact with me about so many different things. I'm so sorry to have caused you any worry about this.
Deb, please, you don't have anything to apologize for at all. I mean, I'm just glad to hear that you're alive. I mean, I'm still just trying to wrap my head around this whole thing. I can't believe that Christopher would do that to you. I'm really sorry. I should have tried to come over and visit you all sooner.
No, this is not your fault at all either. I mean, Christopher was doing everything he could to tell you that he didn't need you to come and visit us.
That is true. He kept making up excuses whenever I suggested that I come over. But still, it's only you two living in that house. I should have insisted on going over just to give you both some company.
Actually, there's another reason why he didn't want you to come over. You see, Christopher has been living with his mistress this whole time. That's why he didn't bother chasing me after I handed over my bank account information. He already found someone else and was probably glad that I left on my own. But I really had no idea at all that he would have ever gone so far as to do something like this.
Deb, do you mind if I ask where you are right now? If you want to get off at a stop somewhere, I would be more than happy to go and pick you up.
Oh, Sophia, thank you so much. That really is so thoughtful of you. I'm just so shaken up. I don't think I've stopped shaking since I finally sat down on the bus. Feels like it's been so long since I had a decent meal. I can get off downtown and meet you by the university if that would work.
Yes, of course. I'll grab my things and head out of the house right now. Just meet me by the cafe near the gas station around there. You know the one.
That sounds good to me. But given that the university is at the end of the bus line, I won't be there for quite some time. I'll message you again when I get close. Thank you so much again for doing this for me.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that's true. You are coming all the way from your house. Okay then, I'll just be ready to leave whenever you message me.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry that you'll have to pick me up in this state. I feel haggard and smelly, and I would just love to take a hot bath.
I'm so sorry that you've been through so much, but I'm glad that you were healthy enough to get yourself out of there. I'll see you soon. Just please take care of yourself until then and stay safe, okay? I'll talk to Dave about this and we'll make sure to protect you. Don't you worry about that. Hey, Christopher. I was wondering if I could talk to you a little bit about Deb.
You want to talk to me about Deb? Don't tell me that she ended up going over there to you guys.
That's right. She got here last night and is with Dave and I right now.
I see. That woman really is gonna be the death of me one day, I swear. I really am sorry that you're having to put up with her nonsense right now. But if you really want to know, she ran away because I caught her cheating on me, and she said that she couldn't stand the guilt. But I had no idea that she would just turn around and run to you. Anyways, her and I are getting a divorce, so feel free to kick her out if you want.
Hold on a second. Are you trying to tell me that Deb was the one cheating on you? Because she says that you were the one cheating on her. When are you going to stop lying to me and start telling me the truth?
Sophia, I'm sorry that you've gotten dragged into this, but you should know that you can't trust a word that Deb says to you. She's a horrible liar, and she isn't afraid to say anything as long as she gets her way.
I really don't think that you know what you're talking about at all. I mean, do you not feel bad at all about what you've done to your own wife?
I'm telling you that she was the one who was cheating on me. Please, Sophia, you are letting yourself be tricked by Deb. I mean, did she even give you any proof that I was cheating on her? If you're gonna demand apologies from people, then the least you could do is at least show proof that they actually did something wrong.
And here I thought that you would just be an adult about this and own up to what you've done. But fine, if you're really going to act this way, then that's up to you.
What are you talking about? You still haven't shown me any proof at all. You can't just accuse me of cheating like this.
Say whatever you want. It isn't going to stop your house from being demolished.
What on earth are you talking about? Why would my house be demolished?
Well, because Dave is heading over to your house with his contractor friend right now.
But, wait, why would he demolish the house? Well, I live here. The house is mine. You can't do this.
You might live there, but do you know that it's Deb who actually owns the house, don't you? It has always been her house and you both living in it.
But, I mean, you're not really gonna demolish the house, are you? This has gotta be some kind of trick. I mean, who even is this contractor friend?
I already told you, he's an old friend of Dave's, and Dave called in a favor with him to demolish the house. And according to Deb, you and your lover should be away on a vacation right now. So then there's no one at home, right? Enjoy the rest of your vacation.
And you're really just gonna do this without any proof whatsoever?
It's no proof. I actually went back to the house with Deb and she showed me the clothes in there that certainly didn't belong to her. Not only that, but you had photos of you and this other woman on the wall, and in your bedroom. It was like you were trying to completely replace your wife.
No, it's not like that at all. You don't understand.
And just what don't I understand? Telling me that? I mean, you're not saying anything to support your own case, you know. But even your neighbors have backed up the fact that for a while now, a woman who is not Deb has been coming in and out of your house.
Okay, I get it, jeez. Just please don't go and demolish my house. I have a lot of really important things in there, and you can't just go and smash them all. Yeah, at least just let me go back home and pack up some things. Maybe then we can talk in person and try to settle this rationally, you know?
Oh, don't worry about that. We already did you the courtesy of moving your things into the shed. Nothing is going to be damaged when the house comes down. Oh, and by the way, when Deb came to us, we took her to a branch of her bank right away and changed all of her information so that you couldn't touch a cent of her money.
So you cut me off from her money then?
That's right. It was never yours to begin with, and you shouldn't have been trying to steal from your wife anyways.
But, please, okay, let me talk to Deb. I can't get in contact with her at all. She isn't answering my messages.
Do you really expect her to want to say a word to you after you treated her like an animal and locked her in the shed?
But I didn't even do that, please. This is all just a big mistake.
So you're still not going to own up to what you've done then? Do you have any idea the state that Deb was in when she arrived to us? She looked like she had barely been eating. How could you treat someone like that? It's horrible!
No, you don't understand. She's just pretending, okay? She isn't actually hurt. I swear, you gotta believe me.
I really just don't know what to do with you anymore. I really misjudged you. But we checked out the shed and it was clear that someone had been living there for a long time. There was even a corner in there that she used as a bathroom. I wish you would just stop lying to me already and admit what you did.
All right, I've had just about enough out of you. This is a matter for me and my wife to discuss, and you need to butt out. You tell Deb that we are going to get a divorce, and that I will be taking half of her assets. Whether she likes it or not, she will be giving her part of the inheritance that she got.
What on earth are you talking about? You do know that you won't get things that she inherited as part of a divorce settlement, right?
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
I mean that legally, things and money gotten from inheritance are a different legal category than normal assets. So divorcing Deb won't get you anything.
You're lying to me. That can't be right. You are lying to me, aren't you?
So, you're telling me that you really are doing all this without even making sure the law is on your side? You really are an idiot. Do you know that? I can't believe that you did all of this to Deb for something that could have never been yours to begin with.
So, wait, do you mean that I'm really not gonna get anything at all out of this? Please, just wait, hold on, I'll be home soon, I swear. Just don't do anything until I get there.
I'm sorry, but the cranes and wrecking balls have been demolishing the house for the past half hour.
My home? I don't believe this. What have you done?
I'm sorry, but the only person who should be taking any blame for everything going on right now is you, Christopher. After this, we never, ever want to hear from you again. And when Deb does contact you, it will be through her lawyer. Got it?
But I really needed the money. My new woman has expensive tastes, and I've already blown through all my savings for her. Please, you can't just abandon me like this. I really need the money.
And just why do you think that's any of our problems? Huh? The next day, Christopher and his mistress got back from their vacation to find their half-demolished house. Needless to say, they were left speechless. The demolition process slowed after that. And for the next 2 weeks, Christopher could watch as the house was torn apart, board by board. He took his things and tried to rent a hotel room, but was quickly running out of money. Knowing this, his mistress realized that he had nothing more to offer and left him. It wasn't long after that when Deb's lawyer reached out about the divorce. But that wasn't all. He was also being charged for kidnapping and illegally holding his own wife. Deb agreed to drop the charges if Christopher immediately signed a restraining order that would keep him away from her. Now, Deb lives with Dave and I. She's been through so much already that we do our best to make sure she doesn't work, but Deb insists on helping out when she can as part of her own recovery process.